Hey, scrappy people. Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a process video in my Life Crafted album using the Cocoa Daisy Summer Vibes collection. And today I'm going to be scrapbooking this selfie with some papers from the collection that I think will match. So we've got lots of yellow and teal and pink and orange in this dress that I'm wearing, and of course it is black base, so I'm gonna probably pull in some of these black alphabets. And then I have a bunch of embellishments from the collection to play with and see what I want to work with here. I also have some cards that I've pulled out. I'm not quite sure which ones I want to use yet. I really like the idea of these palm leaves for my journaling, so I don't know which yellow card I want to use yet. And then I also have some of these tags that I might want to incorporate as well. So I might incorporate this tag as a base rather than using this journaling card. I wouldn't want to use both because it might be a little bit repetitive, but I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this yet, but that is my starting point, so let's go. All right, so I pretty quickly decided that I did indeed want to go with the tag rather than the journaling card, and I realized that this had a weird spot on it, so I was gonna have to reprint it, which was fine because I'm gonna want to reprint it a bit smaller anyway. So I really wanted to interesting. I didn't even notice that. Okay, I really wanted to go all in with the tags. Sorry, my brain fried there for a second. I wanted to go all in with the tags, so I decided that I would just create a bunch of tags out of the patterned paper in the Cocoa Daisy collection for this page. So I have a white background that I'm going to use for all of these tags, and then I use the tag that is included in the memory keeping classified kit. Yeah, all of those tags are always included in the memory keeping classified kit. I use that as a template for the rest of my tags. Now I'm not going to end up using, I think I don't end up using just one of these, but I did pull in that toucan paper that I didn't think that I was going to use, because when I was cutting up the papers, I realized it really actually did match my dress pretty well, better than the orange floral. And also it would bring in that black that I was looking for to match my dress without me having to use the black alphabet. So I thought it would be a good foil for the photo, and it's cute anyway. So I have gone ahead and decided which tags I'm going to use, and I'm going to use my technique, my well-loved technique of creating a flip out with cardstock hinge. I prefer to use cardstock hinges because they are more stable and they last better than washi tape hinges. So I'm going to go ahead and use my tape runner, and I'm going to tape this to the back of this tag, and then I'm going to tape it to I'm going to tape the top part of this hinge, the part that will fold over and sit on top of that tag, and I'm going to tape that to the inside of the other tag. And so that's going to create a fold with the tags, and then I'm going to use the pink paper that is actually on the back of that orange floral, and I'm going to cover up the hinge with that as well. I thought maybe I would incorporate it here, but then I decided that all of those tags, it was just too much, and you didn't really get to see any of the papers very well if I tried to include all 5 in the composition. So I'm just going to end up moving everything over instead and using one less tag. So this pink one is actually going to go in here where it belongs to cover up that hinge, and I'm going to reorder these tags. And you can see that some are shorter than others. I was going to create sort of an offset with all of these tags so that they weren't all the same size, but I decided that I didn't really like that look, so I'm going to cover up that empty blank space with another photo. So I am distressing the edges of all of these tags for some fun texture. I'm also going to distress the edge of this card, not my photos, because obviously it will not hold up well to that, but I do need to reprint my photos anyway, so I'm actually going to end up printing 2, and I'm going to have a hidden photo in the tag space And I'm actually going to take that tag and I'm going to put it on the outside rather than the inside. Sorry, not tag. The journaling card is going to go on the outside rather than the inside. So I cut my layout in half now that I've got the composition down, and of course just the little edge of this tag came off, so I'm going to use some liquid glue to adhere it where it goes on the page. And then I will cut my holes in the page when it's dry. But first I need to reprint this photo. So I'm going to reprint the photo and the second photo, and rearrange how this page is going to go together. Oh, gonna cut my holes first. Lots and lots of texture going on this page, so my hole punch was a little bit unhappy. Then I decided that the liquid glue wasn't dry enough yet. Can't decide where I want everything to be, and it's because I know that this card needs to be on the outside, so I'm just kind of rearranging things and like thinking about it, I guess. But wasn't quite ready to commit to reprinting yet, so I went ahead and added some orange string on all of those tags. And I love that the way the orange is like the perfect little contrast for all of those tags. It adds to the orange that's already in the page, but also there's only one spot of orange in the page, which is that tag that is open right now, so it added just a little bit more to it. Decided to go all in with the orange and also map my single photo on this orange tag that I had cut out that just wasn't going to be used. Okay, so I have that hidden photo now, which is pretty much the same photo. I just took a bunch of selfies in a row because that's what you do. You take like 10 in a row to find one that you like. But that one was cute and was just different enough to print. I really didn't need it, but I did need something to fill the space on the inside of that tag. So now we have two selfies. I loved this girl with the sunglasses, so I really wanted to incorporate her on this page. I didn't quite know where yet, but I did know that she was going to be there. So she goes inside here. And I know that I want to use a few more puffy stickers, but right now I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed about all of the pattern going on, so I decided to just start working with some title work and some easier things before I added in the more icons with the puffy stickers. So we're going to go with some rub-ons. I wanted these yellow monstera leaves to bring in some yellow to the inside of this flap. I'm also going to change the title in a minute. It's not going to say Summer Smiles. I'm going to change it because I end up adding a word bit that said something about smiles, I think, so I didn't want it to be repetitive. I'm going to add in this good vibes only as well. I'm going to use the tag to journal about this dress, and it's just a cheap dress from Walmart, but I really, really love it, and it made me feel very pretty, so I wanted to talk about that and how I've been feeling emotionally lately. I've struggled a little bit with getting back on track after the pandemic and making sure that I'm running as much as I want to be and all of that. And so I want to talk about how I've been on track for a month or so now, and I feel really healthy and happy in my body again, which is very nice. But I didn't want that journaling to be out there just to be read the moment you open the page, so it goes underneath the flap. I always love to hide my journaling, especially when it's a little bit more sensitive. Obviously, it's not going to be so sensitive that I want no one to read it, but it's just as a little bit more sensitive, so it gives me that illusion of privacy when I put it behind something else. All right, so I am starting to incorporate some icons. I really liked that pink bird with the sunglasses as well. And then I wanted to use this bag and hat. It doesn't really match with the theme other than it just all felt very fashion-y. So I covered up the sunscreen because that made it very beachy. And so we're not doing the beach. So I covered up the sunscreen and the rest worked with the fashion-y vibe of the page. And then I added some monstera leaves and also that camera. And we could always use another pair of sunglasses. So then I found this snarky word bit that says, I'm having fruit salad for breakfast. Okay, it's sangria. We were on our way out to dinner. We didn't get sangria, we got margaritas, but that'll work, right? So since it fit with like the theme of where we were going, I thought that that would be funny and add just a little bit of snark and humor to the page. So this washi tape has words on it and they're really fun, so I decided to put some of them on the white paper in the background. Initially I thought maybe I would add in some mixed media, but I thought that this was a fun and different way to fill in some of that white space without having to add paint to my page. So I added smiles up there above that tag, and so then I had too many smiles going on, so we're gonna say summer please, like beach please, but summer. And then it's going to say, I think I add washi tape underneath it as well to add to the title. Yeah, it's going to say let's go. So it says summer please, let's go. It was just starting to get hot when I took this photo, so it's like that point in time where you're happy for the heat and not tired of it yet, so I thought that that would work. I'm going to add this rub-on glasses. Of course, I put it on backwards. Sorry for my head. Not backwards. I put it on crooked. But shh, nobody will know except you and me and a few hundred of my favorite friends. Add in this heart because I just loved it. And we're getting close to done here. I'm thinking of adding in some more of these puffy stickers. I thought a little drink would be perfect to go with the sangria theme. But then I didn't really like where the camera was, so we're going to move it around a little bit. Kind of goes right back where it was, but I think I moved it over just slightly. And then some word bits from the memory keeping sticker kit, just to add in some white and a few more words, and we are good to go. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy Amrita. I'd love to see you over there as well. There's a link to Cocoa Daisy in the description box below if you would like to start a subscription. And I will see you next time. Thank you.